Hello my friends, this is Darryl Learie, and Guinness wants to fly me out to Italy, which is a really funny story. It would be an all-paid trip, plus €1,000 for spending. That's from Edmonton, Alberta, overseas to Italy. The thing about it is, most people say it's a chance of a lifetime, and I can see where they're coming from and all that, but I don't even take the bus alone. I don't even take the city bus alone, you know. Like, I've got like this real deep-seated social anxieties, you know, as I don't like crowds. Of course I've been on local TV a couple times, you know, and been in a few newspaper articles. I've probably been mentioned in the media about 65 times. Got 3 world records, you know, but I don't like being in front of a crowd. The last time I was on city TV, I was so anxious about it, like 2 weeks before the fact. You know, I really felt like throwing up when I was on there, when I did my when I broke my last world record of the most one arm on the egg, which you can see if you go to Google and you type in push-ups plus world records, and then you'll see world records for push-ups. Click on that link, and my name, Darryl Learie, is at the bottom of the list. DARRYLLEARIE. And so in 2011 I broke 3 world records. Most balloons in 1 hour, 446. Most balloons in 24 hours, 2,501. And most one-arm push-ups on a raw egg without breaking the egg, 8 for the alternative books, and 16 on recordsetter.com. And I'm also the 3rd most prolific record breaker on RecordSetter. I like RecordSetter, you know, because I can do my thing here in the comfort of my basement, submit the video, whatever proofs they want, and it's documented there for life, you know. I'm happy to do that. What I don't want to do is go to a foreign country and be in front of a live Guinness audience, you know. That just so freaks me out. I mean, even the idea of being in another country, like stepping on the soil of another country, I don't even think I can do that, you know. It's really not my wish, per se, you know. And I really don't care about the money. I'd never wanted to do this for money anyways, you know. Another thing about it is, well, I mean, the thing is, at least in 2011, in August, when the hardcover Ripley's book comes out, the Believe It or Not book, there's going to be pictures of me doing my one arm on the egg, and there's going to be a video on the Ripley site of me doing the same thing, you know. So I mean, I made it into the Ripley's Believe It or Not book. I mean, that's, in my mind, that's good enough for me, you know. It's, you know, I don't mind breaking records if it's in and around my community of Edmonton, you know. Maybe for something like the Boys and Girls Club or something like that, you know. I don't mind that. I mean, I'm a volunteer Fusion webmaster for Fusion Canada, and I did one fundraiser with them, you know. And yes, and I got a real beef with our local media. See, I've noticed that the two biggest papers here in Edmonton, Edmonton Sun, Edmonton Journal, have no interest that me, you know, who lives on low income, on disability, it's like a patient of Alberta mental health, you know, has this chance that most people call a chance in a lifetime, a 1 in a million shot, you know, to be flown to Italy to establish a first-time Guinness World Record, and they have no interest in it. You know, I really don't understand that. You know, since we're the city of champions, but it seems that the city of champions seems to apply to the Edmonton Oilers, you know, not anybody breaking world records, you know. You would think the media would like that story, but I don't know what to say about that. It really irks me how they have so many stories about people doing senseless crimes and stupid crimes, and it automatically makes the news. It's and sure, they'll say an idiot, you know, robbed a bank or robbed a Mac store or whatever, the convenience store, whatever the case may be. But I think the media likes these people. I think they appreciate them on some level, because otherwise they wouldn't give them so much exposure, really. But you know, when there's a person like me who's just worked my ass off for a fundraiser, you know, that only made like, say, $10, you know, but you know, brought a couple hundred people of the community together, and then had like Charles Savizio fly down from California on his own money, you know, that wasn't as exciting for them. Although I think CBC covered that one, and I think that's national news, or it might be Edmonton and Calgary. I'm not sure. I think there's some media exposure I have that I'm not yet aware of. But anyways, the point is, when you try to do something really positive and productive and something phenomenal, when you're coming down from like the bottom and you work your way all the top to be the best at what you do, I mean, good luck getting in the paper. But if you put on a fucking puppy suit and rob a Mac store, guaranteed you'll be on the front cover. It's a symptom of a sickness of our society. You know, that all these criminally minded people get so much exposure. I mean, and how the media just worship certain people. In Edmonton, they worship hockey players. Hockey players are the thing. Any athlete that's not a hockey player is a secondary or tertiary matter. They don't count, you know. And especially record breakers, you know, it's just fluff us off. You know, so I had this one columnist that wanted to write about my last fundraiser, and he never wrote the article, you know. But the thing about it was that every article he writes is about some person who has connections, who does a little race and raises millions of dollars. It's so funny how many of his articles have millions of dollars. You know, this person raised $2 million, this person raised $3 million, this person raised $1 million. You know, and of course there's very typical causes. You know, this is, the media plays this game that like they like to support a world that helps each other, but not exactly. You know, it's here in Edmonton, it might be like breast cancer, Stollery Hospital, you know, places like that. But man, if you do it for like the Boys and Girls Club, I mean, good luck, you know, having that in the paper. You know, it's a fake world. It's a sick world, you know. And it doesn't surprise me, like the man that, you know, flew himself up with the helium balloon, I mean, that reported his son got flown up in the helium balloon. It doesn't surprise me there's people like that, you know, because the media puts out this image of these are people. These are the people you want to be. And at the same time, if you're not one of these people, you're a nobody. And that is the message. Whether the media will ever admit that, I mean, that's one thing, but I'm telling you like it is. You know? And I mean, if a nobody like me, you know, gets invited by Guinness to fly over to their show for an all-paid trip for €1,000, you know, I mean that's phenomenal, you know. So I really wouldn't be surprised if even out of all the stories covered by CNN or HLN or any of these TV networks, like the really big ones, you know, forget little Edmonton. What is Edmonton? I mean, Edmonton is just a city among tens of thousands multiplied across the globe. You know, as I mean, realistically, you travel around the world and you get a map of the city, and Calgary's listed on it. Half the people don't even know Edmonton is the capital of Alberta. But I'm quite sure, if I had any meaningful thing to say, is don't believe the hype. There are absolutely phenomenal things happening around this world of 6 billion people, and you'll never know about it because the media will never mention it, because it's just not up their alley. You know, it's and that's really the truth of it. You know, I'm just trying to think of like an off-the-wall example of what could be going on, you know, that would just absolutely amaze people, and people would never know about it. You know, it's I mean, hell, there could be I just can't think of anything right now, but it's you know, it's a fake world, and really, I just want to live a simple life and break records in my basement, and I do it for my own sense of confidence and sense of achievement, and it helps build my sense of self-esteem. You know, I mean, a dozen of my friends have Guinness World Records, but you know, I mean, they're just like any of us, and maybe I'm narcissistic, you know. As this, I mean, sure, I crave some kind of recognition, you know, but I mean, if someone else was in my spot, I'd want to know about that person, you know. I mean, yeah, there could be some girl, and some 10-year-old girl in China right now busting bricks with her head, and the media just says, we'll look into it, you know, we'll check it out. So I don't know. It's a problem, you know. Don't believe the hype. Anyways, that's my real point. Is, you know, the media is telling you who you should be. If you're excelling at your best, that's good enough. You know, who's the media to decide what's interesting? who are they to say who's special? I mean, they're infatuated with singers and celebrities and, you know, all these Hollywood people that play pretend for life. You know, it's their infatuation. They're the ones that print the stories. You know, it's just, I just detest how they sit behind their desk and you can't even meet up with them, you know. You can't even ask them questions. You can't even ask them, like, well, how does this whole thing even work, you know? How do you even pick your stories, you know? And I always thought it was funny how the same story floats from one paper to the next, to the next, to the next. Like, there's some master media guy who chooses what's interesting and what's not interesting and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's... And just watching videos off YouTube, I mean, there's so many people out there that are deserving of media recognition, but again, you know, that's the media for you. It's not so much about external rewards, it's far more about internal rewards. And I still haven't made a final decision on Italy, but originally I wanted it for my friend Flavio, a 70-year-old that can do 1,200 non-stop push-ups, you know. But oh, this is my mama on the answering machine. So I don't know if people are going to respect me less if I don't go, or what the case is going to be. I'm just really torn up about it, you know. Anyways, don't get caught up in the media monster, because it's fake. It's all fake. It presents a fake world. It presents us with fake values to look up to. It presents us with a fake ideology of this counts, but all of this, the entire rest of the spectrum, does not count. And you know what? It does count. It all fucking counts. You know, I mean, there's nothing special about me, you know, but someone that gives up all their dreams so they can work 9 to 5 and take care of their kids and give their kids everything they want, that fucking counts, you know. You know, it's... So, I mean, yeah, so I don't know, it's just, I think I'm done with all this stuff, you know. I just want to go back to training and breaking records. That's what I want to do. It's I don't want to be traveling. I certainly don't want to be on stage. You know, it's and Nick, yeah, I have a beef with you. I do. I'm mentioning that out. You know, everyone will say, oh yeah, this media just gives what sells, but you know what? They're representing our cultural values. They represent us as a culture, as a people, as a society. And I don't think I want to be part of that either. Not the way they're doing it. So, you know, I have so many beefs with all these phonies that put out this image like they're helping people. You know, Dr. Drew, and oh man, this guy really gets my beef. You know, it's No, you heard it from me anyway. Cheers, friend.